Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by hills, there lived a young man who was born into poverty. His house was made of mud. His clothes were torn, and his stomach was often empty. He believed that nothing good could ever happen to him. Every day he sat under a dry tree, staring at the sky, thinking that life had no gift for him. His parents grew old, and they were the ones who had always provided food and care. When they died, the boy felt completely alone. The nights were long and cold. The wind blew through the cracks of the house, and the silence of the empty room made him cry. He thought his future was empty, and his heart was heavy with hopelessness. But before his father died, he gave him one last message. With weak hands, his father held him close and whispered, "My son, there is treasure hidden in our land. If you want to find it, go to the monk lives in the forest. He will show you." These words stayed in the boy's mind like a small flame in the darkness. The boy decided to visit the monk. The forest was thick, full of tall trees and singing birds. The air smelled of wet soil and fresh leaves. The path was narrow, and the boy felt afraid. But he kept walking. He heard the sound of water flowing in a stream and the rustle of animals moving in the bushes. Finally, he reached a small hut made of wood and leaves. The monk welcomed him kindly. His eyes were bright, and his voice was calm. "You are lucky," he said. "Your father loved you so much that he saved treasure for you." The boy's eyes grew wide. "Treasure? Where is it?" he asked with excitement. The monk smiled and replied, "I do not remember exactly where the treasure is, but it is hidden in your fields. Dig them all, and wherever you find nothing, plant crops and trees. Do not give up, because the treasure is there." The boy returned home with new hope. He looked at the wide fields, though they were covered with weeds and hard soil. The sun was hot, and the land looked endless. He sighed, but he remembered his father's words. "I must try," he said to himself. He began digging one part of the land. His hands were weak, and blisters formed on his skin. When he found nothing, he planted seeds. "Maybe tomorrow I will find treasure," he whispered. The boy thought that he should see the gold or money underground. Day after day, he worked. His hands became strong, and his heart became full of courage. He dug another field, planted more seeds, and watered them. Slowly, the land began to change. Green plants grew where there had been only dry soil. Birds came to sing in the trees he planted. The smell of fresh crops filled the air, and the boy began to smile again. Rain fell, and the drops touched the soil softly. He dreamed of golden harvests and believed that treasure was near. Months passed, and then years. The boy worked for 3 years, digging and planting. He never found gold or silver, but he found something greater. His fields were full of harvest. Corn, beans, and fruits grew in abundance. The smell of ripe crops filled the air, and the boy felt joy in his heart. One evening, as he looked at the golden fields under the sunset, he realized the truth. The treasure his father spoke of was not hidden gold. It was the land itself, waiting for him to use his strength. His father had wanted him to learn that true wealth comes from hard work and perseverance. The boy sold his harvest in many markets. People came from different places to buy his crops. Slowly, he became rich. He built a strong house, bought animals, and helped others. He was no longer the poor boy who had lost hope. He understood that hope had changed his life. Without hope, he would have remained sitting in sadness. With hope, he found the courage to work. And with work, he found success. The boy's story teaches us that treasure is not always gold or silver. Sometimes treasure is hidden in the opportunities we already have. We only need to open our eyes, believe in ourselves, and work hard. His journey also shows that discouragement is dangerous. If he had listened to his hopeless thoughts, he would never have started digging. But because he trusted his father's words and believed in himself, He discovered the true treasure. The boy became an example for his community. People admired his courage and his success. He taught them that wealth is not given by chance, but built by effort. His story spread, and many others began to work harder in their own lives. In the end, the boy was no longer just a farmer. He was a teacher of hope. His life proved that poverty can be defeated when we mix hope with perseverance. When you lose hope, life feels empty. Without belief, you cannot reach success because hopelessness steals your energy and courage. We all have hidden treasures, but discouragement blinds us. Only effort and faith open our eyes to see the opportunities around us. Psychologist Angela Duckworth, in her book Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, explains that success depends more on perseverance than talent. She says, "Our potential is one thing. What we do with it is quite another." This shows that hard work and determination are the real treasures. So, we must learn to find strength inside ourselves. Laziness destroys opportunity, but hard work builds wealth and dignity. Always keep hope alive. With confidence and perseverance, even small efforts grow into great success.